Well, I'm excited about that, Sean, but we got to stop talking about Washington.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
There was a team that didn't win or lose, which felt really good. I don't know about you, audience, but it felt good not to have my Cowboys play. You guys didn't focus on them. The Cowboys fans didn't worry about it, so it felt good.
Did you move up?
Amen to all my Cowboys fans.
Oh, Lord.
It just felt good just not to be miserable.
Did you move up in the conference, in the division? Or did you just stay put? Okay. Okay, still third. Still third. Okay.
I'm gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Look, Kate, let them know.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we lost the ball. I saw Kate posted it. I didn't want to talk about her college team this weekend, but I was humble. I was humble. Because I saw the stuff that she was putting about my boys, but I didn't mention her Michigan.
Okay. We're gonna leave it alone.
All right, so we got to get into it, but we got a special person that's going to be joining on the show. Sean, don't we got a special person?
Oh, yeah, we got a special guest, my guy from way back and Dallas Cowboy fan, Mr. Joseph Newman.
What's up? Thank you for having me on.
Oh, yeah, thank you for coming, man.
Now, first and foremost, as the king of the division, I just want to welcome you to my kingdom, the NFC East. It feels good.
What? How long has it been?
I never heard this phrase, my man. I never heard him say king of the NFC East.
Sometimes, a king can only reign for so long. We only can reign for so long,
Like you guys, and then you fell off the throne? Is that what happened?
We don't get into that.
Settle down, Sean.
We don't. Just slow it down, son. We don't get into that.
But look, Joe, man, we so glad that you can join us on the show. I know you in the Florida area, so first and foremost, we are thanking God that you and your family are safe and no damage, all that stuff, man.
Yes.
We are so thankful for that.
Thank you. It's a blessing. That's how I look at it. I'm not saying lucky. We were blessed. It was scary, but I just said, you know what, God, it's in your hands. Whatever you see.
Amen. Yep.
As long as my family was safe, we can place some items, not all, but I can't replace them. So yes, I feel like we were blessed.
That's it.
Man,
That's
it.
it.
Love it. But look, now you've had a week because you guys had the bye week, and I know Janae gonna talk in a minute, but I do got to ask you. Janae went crazy last week over your owner and his comments on the radio show. Now I know you've had some time to think about that. What were your thoughts about Jerry, man, and all his little comments on the radio?
Like that's abuse of power right there. That's not an owner. That's like a dictator saying, you know what, you don't do what I want. Or I find someone that says don't cater to me. And it's I look back to how it was with Jimmy Johnson.
Talk about
Jimmy Johnson was that coach. He was like, you know what, you're the owner. Let me coach. Let me run these players. You own. And it was that, and you saw what happened. So would I be surprised if this dude is gone and Jerry found someone else? I won't be shocked, but it's Jerry. Jerry's not going to cater to no one. It's his way, or I find someone else that would do it.
Yep. So true. So true. I mean, but let me put it to you this way, right? How sucky does it feel to be Mike McCarthy? You don't have any really control of anything, right? Jerry's the GM. He picks your players. You may want somebody. I guarantee, anybody in their right mind, us as Cowboy fans, knows that the coach wanted Derrick Henry. Who doesn't want Derrick Henry?
And he knew, he could say whatever he wants, but it's gonna go back. It's like, I brought you here to coach. I'm gonna get the players. You coach these players. We can win with anybody, and that's his mentality.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, and that brings me to this bye week. Did we do anything to try to improve? No. It's like
nothing.
We can come back from some injuries. That's what I think is missing on defense. We're missing some vital key players due to injuries, and we should be getting back in the next couple of weeks. But when I look on offense, Dak, he can only do so much. and we have no running game.
No
Thank
running.
you.
But I go back to him and CD. They seemed off doing that 49ers game in the playoff. So then all season, CD gets the contract. Dak gets his. First game, seems there are no issues. They look connected, and every week it's like, what's going on? Where's the disconnect?
But we also got to
something
talk about that piece right there. We want to harp on all the negative, but we really got to hold CD accountable. You're only running off of 6 weeks with your quarterback. That's not responsible. Yes, I understand you want your money, and a holdout is okay. But for you not to come and put in the work during practice, and they always say, oh, well, they got to worry about their money. But the practice has nothing to do with the money. Practice has to do with the gelling of the team to get used to it. Now, again, we played for it with each other for a while, but that offseason, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, the season starts September, 8 months of not playing with your guy, and you think it's just gonna, Dak has just gotta, it just doesn't work like
and
that.
And that's the separation between great and elite. You can be great and, I'm worth my money, but those elite players, yes, I'm getting my money, but guess what? I need to make sure my quarterbacks don't get his too. So only way we can do that is we work together. Right. So you go back, they didn't have contract issues, but you go back to Montana and Rice.
Yeah.
Like they work together, always there. Rice and Steve Young, Irvin and Aikman,
Yeah.
they work together. Even if it was just throwing the ball around, just getting that feel how the ball's gonna be released.
Yeah.
Then practice comes you come. Like, I don't care what you can do in practice. I don't care. Amazing catch. No. I need that to transition to the game. So whatever y'all doing in practice, transition that to the game. No, have some issues, some misreads, but when you blatantly see there's a disconnect.
Come on, talk about it.
The frustration is, on everybody, that whole bench. You see the frustration. They're looking for the blame.
100%.
And it's like, who's to blame, man? It's like, what do we do? Like, where do we go moving forward? Like, I have some suggestions that I think that possibly can be due, but will it benefit the team at the end? So, but we just continue.
That's what we got to do.
Well, let's talk about that, because as we know on that radio show, they tried to give Jerry some suggestions, and he wasn't hearing that. But we need to hear from the fans, because y'all know what's up.
And so I look at it, do we have a possibility recovering from the season? Yes. We got almost a completely depleted 49ers team that we possibly can beat. With those, I'm not gonna say the name, but it's growing up in the area. It's still Redskins to me.
Oh yeah.
Like they're on a roll that I don't see the Cowboys being able to withstand. Everything is clicking with that franchise. It's like everything is coming to fruition. Eagles, if they can get Giants, I'm not too worried about. But I don't see us winning the division. At least maybe third place, but I don't see us winning the division. Then with that, we can possibly go. I don't say tank the season, but let's say get a top 5 draft pick and possibly go get that boy from Boise State.
Yes.
Awesome. So we need a running game. How do we go? If we look at the history of running backs with the Cowboys, the Herschel Walkers, the Emmitt Smiths, the healthy Zeke. We have always had a good line, a good running back to go to where we can't run the ball. And then it comes to play calling now. We know we can't run the ball, so now we got to get creative. Yes, work towards our benefit. We can't run the ball like we want to. We got receivers who can catch the ball out of the outfield. Let's start implementing more play actions, more jet sweeps, something to get these defenses off and put them on the heels, rocking back. But when we constantly stick to the same script week after week after week, to where fans can sit at home on their couch and know what play they're running,
Annoying.
and we're not getting paid.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
Come on, man.
How do you like? If I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm gonna sit there. I'm like, okay, you really want me to judge? We know what they're running. Like,
Right.
It's so frustrating. Like,
telling the truth.
It is, and it's like, as a fan, you're like, no, I'm not delusional. I don't expect Super Bowl every year, but I expect, a competitive season where we're not just going out looking like a
Absolutely.
JV high school football team.
Absolutely.
It's like something has to give. Where's that leadership? Where's that leadership?
Yeah.
Like, go back to Cowboys tradition where that quarterback went into his offensive line, reamed their ass, and the offensive line started playing well, and everybody started playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that leadership? Where's it going to come from? Which players don't sit there and grab a pair and hold himself accountable and start holding everybody else accountable?
That's it.
Like, look, it start with us. But is that going to happen?
And so
I don't see it.
To your point, you got your 3-3. You got a San Francisco team that, like you said, Ayuk he tore his ACL. He's out for the season. Debo right now has got pneumonia and is currently in the hospital. Prayers for him. But they're struggling. They're 3-4. Then you got Atlanta, you got Philly, the Giants, the Bengals. Some of these are winnable games. What is that point when you guys say, okay, maybe we go for next year? Do you keep trying with the problems you have?
I say it comes. So I think it would come down to, like, this Giants game. Yes, that's if we perform the way we can perform, that's a winnable game. Mm-hmm. Philly, I see us winning. San Fran, the Bengals, no. Like a defense got to be healthy. But if we struggle, if we lose against Philly, I think that's when we'll make that draw. Like, you know what? Do we? But I don't see Jerry doing. Jerry's gonna ride it out and see what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And he's, then I can see some major changes coming off season. No, I don't know if it's gonna be players or coaches being fired, but there's gonna be some changes, and Jerry's gonna sit there and do what Jerry does, and like, okay, you didn't do what I needed you to do, so I'm gonna get someone here and do it, and we're gonna make it work. The players don't do the same thing, like, I wish him the best. Dak, instead of, working with CD, he's out on a golf course getting and proposing to his girlfriend to get married. Wish him the best, but you're struggling. You're the franchise quarterback of the wealthiest team in the world. The pressure's on you. No matter if we don't want to put it on, it's on him. Like, you're it. Like, he's the Derek Jeter for the Cowboys. It's like, you're it. So what does he like? I don't see him being that leader. Like, he wants to, but the players don't react the way that they should.
It seems like with Jerry, and then all the way down the line, we've made our money, we've got our contract, we got all this stuff. Where every year you guys are 12-5 or playoff bound, it's kind of like everybody's just riding on that. Like,
and it goes back to, you bring up the contract, and you look at the history of the Cowboys and players that get these contracts, their productivity goes down. Then what happens? The following year, they either want to sit out or they get traded. So I go back, Romo, he was the same. His productivity didn't go down too much, but he wasn't the same when he got that money. Dez Bryant, DeMarcus Ware, Marion Barber, Zeke. Now we're looking at Dak. Now we're looking at CD. We still got to pay Micah. So when we play these players, like, we expect, you give your money, yeah, you earned it. Keep playing that way they earned that money. But these players now, I got my money. Now it's about my health. I'm not going out killing myself and risk losing my money and not being able to enjoy my money.
Business decisions.
Yes. It's not about the team anymore winning championships. I did what I had to do to get my money. And God, you know what? You don't like it? It's my money. You're paying. You watch me play. You're paying for the jerseys. You're paying for the merchandise. We're the idiots who keeps, so at the end of the day, I can't blame them, but it's like, as a fan, it's like, I wish I can play your game. To be able to get on that field and play a game, I wish I could do it. You can pay me $500,000 for one season. I'm like, okay, I'm happy.
I would play.
I do special teams.
Janae, what's up?
Get on the field. Go ahead.
What's up, Janae? What's up?
No. Dak Prescott is the only one of his class that had to wait for his.
Oh God! Oh my God! He
had to wait for his. He took 2 years on the chin so they can play with his money. They gave him his check finally. He did what he was supposed to do. 3 12-5 seasons. I'm not going to let that go down as Dak is the issue. When the games that we got blown out, Micah Parsons, our GOAT, didn't do nothing. And now we're getting ready to talk about that man deserves a check. When he ain't done nothing to show us, he ain't no Max Crosby, he ain't no Aiden Hutchinson, he ain't got the numbers as Bosa.
Oh my goodness.
Micah Parsons.
Oh my goodness.
And he has produced anything. Dak Prescott has gotten us 3-12. Him to those Reds.
How many playoff wins?
Listen, if the playoff games was a thing, the thing is the playoff games only comes with Dak. The playoff games don't come with Lamar or Josh Allen, right?
They won playoff games.
Okay, so you're right. Again, that's why I go back to the point.
They have one more win than us.
Right, and Dak, but like I stated, Dak is the franchise quarterback of the wealthiest team in the world.
He's been that
star.
So he's going to get the target is on his back.
He's been
no matter
quarterback of America's team. The most pressure. They're going to talk about you whether you do good. They're going to talk about you whether you do bad. The man has been our quarterback and a stand-up guy. We don't have Patty. Only one Patty.
I'm not saying it's his fault. Like, as a team, we're like it's horrible to watch.
Jerry's
but I do feel that is not the thing.
Jerry should have cut that check early, so then we wouldn't be talking about the $60 million because Trevor Lawrence is getting paid. Come on. We got.
And so, again,
if you see the way Tua looks right now, I got to get $60 million. You see Tua's head right now? I want every check.
Oh my goodness.
Right, and so when you look at it,
when that's the rate it goes, we're not talking about
right, and when you look at it, even when he was just phenomenal, and they took us to the playoffs, we respect. I'm like, we don't ride this, and soon as that playoff game, it's like, what happened to regular season? We expect as fans so much for our quarterbacks. Even when we drafted Quincy Carter, he's gonna take us to the promised Super Bowl. Yeah, you saw what happened with that. Or Drew Bledsoe. We try and so we think quarterbacks, and it's and we put so much hope, and
they're not it.
Even they're trying. So I'm not putting all on Dak, but I honestly feel he's not the same player after that ankle injury. Because after that ankle injury,
we took away the 2-dimensional, so he can't run it.
Right, and so
but the arm is there.
And so that's right. It's there, but then place where he can extend with his legs, he's forcing passes. It's okay, you have the lane, run for those 2-3 yards. I'd rather you get 1 yard than throw an incomplete on interception and take that sack.
I will take that. But looking around the league, this is just what the money's going for. If we say he's not,
if you look at him and
all the quarterbacks,
what
got a check. Tua got.
No, you look like what Cam Newton said.
Lawrence got a check. Thank God we look better than them.
Right, and you look back what Cam Newton said. he put the top paid quarterbacks, and all of them, only one that has a Super Bowl is Patrick Mahomes. You put Dax and Mahomes numbers together, Dax are better.
Yep.
But because Mahomes has won the Super Bowl, that gives him the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and with the Cowboys, it doesn't matter if you can break every single record. Did you take us to the Super Bowl and win? Nope. Then no, you suck. You're not great. No, you suck. You're not worth the money. And that, to me, as a fan,
Nathan,
I want to see
in the regular season, we are the same. It's not the playoffs. We know he's not Mahomes in the playoffs, but he's definitely.
Oh, that's everybody
in the season.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But the defense too. Like if you look at, you go back to playoffs, like we can dominate, and then playoffs as a team, like we shit the bed. It's like, where is the team that led us to the playoffs and dominated either on offense or defense? Like that 49ers game. Offense struggle, and defense was like, what? Like play, like no one was doing nothing. Like it was like, it's the whole team as a whole. So you can't say just Dak or Zeke. It's the whole team as a whole.
Jerry,
like,
it is Jerry. Look at San Francisco.
Yeah, like, but he's not gonna give up the team.
The San Francisco and the Eagles have gone out and got heat on their team. Dak Prescott has held the same numbers as far as his regular season as the players that didn't go out and recruit nobody but just do the draft. And he's held to this higher standard when they add players, major players, to their teams. Come on, you give Dak a Christian McCaffrey? Come on, man.
He's like you give him, but then again, you got to play these players. So when we overpay players too fast, then we can't do nothing to free agency or possibly trade because we got to.
But that's what I'm
go
saying.
Even deeper.
Even with Dak's situation, you got to pay him. You played the game early. Had you kept him happy early, then we wouldn't be in this situation now. You can't play with a man's pockets and then be like, oh, well, maybe we'll pay you. Maybe we won't. Well, get rid of me and let me show you how we probably wouldn't have won a game. Think we would have beat the Steelers without
So it's right because it was like you kind of look at it like with Zeke, that he was like, okay, you either gonna sign me or I'm gonna go play somewhere else. Somebody's gonna pay me. He paid Zeke, then he gets suspended. Then he comes back from that. It's he got 1,000, but it's not the Zeke. Then he gets the injuries. Then you come down to, do you pay Cooper? Do you pay Dak? Do you pay Zeke? You franchise tag Dak, sign Coop. Zeke walks, think he's gonna shine, does shit in New England. Oh, sorry, does nothing in New England. We sign him back to hope, to where we can use him on 3rd and short.
Yeah,
can't even do that. So it's like,
I just think that this is the way the quarterback situation is. They'll never say anything bad about Justin Herbert. He has not won or done anything.
But look, Joe made a great point that whether you like it or not, you guys are dubbed America's team. So you're always going to be looked at higher. And the quarterback of America's team, look at Tony Romo. Tony Romo was lifted up as America's great this, and he was in the booth and everybody loves him because he was the quarterback of Dallas.
And
that's
Tony
just the way
left,
it is.
Tony left on a high. Why is it that Dak Prescott has more better yards, better numbers than Tony, and he don't get no respect like that? None.
And even in the playoffs, he has a better playoff record. But it's
Tony Romo's glorified, but Dak Prescott is right. But I also think
that Jerry is there. Like we can. That's going down the rabbit hole with that. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with that one. We can. That's a deep one. We can. That's a rabbit hole. But
but I got to get back to this though. Kate, yes, Tom Brady took $28 million, but he has the highest paid model wife in the world. Dak Prescott was making that money. He wasn't even making $20 million his first 4 years. Come on, my man was making like $4 to $5 million a year. He gave him a break. So now we're gonna.
But if you look at what did Brady do in his first?
But the first 4, he got no money. They count 8 years that he played with the league, but the first 4 he got No money. Come on. That's a discount.
And then you had those players again. Zeke, Dak, Cooper, D-Law. You had certain players, so you're looking at it like who's going to benefit, who's going to help. You signed D-Law because he was before he got the money, he was that dog on defense.
Yeah.
He got that money, then you don't hear his name. Even when Mike is getting double teamed, D-Law is nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
I agree.
it's a history. It's not. It's just like I'm like
It leaves a sour taste in your mouth, but I gotta say we still in this thing. You said 3.
Yeah, but I'm not saying
we are still in the
like
thick
it all
of it.
depends.
Eagles are not playing great. San Francisco is not playing great.
Yeah, but y'all ain't playing great
on all sucky teams.
You guys are.
It don't matter.
Now I'm back. You guys are first and foremost. Y'all ain't playing great, so don't talk about that.
You played 2 winning postseason teams, and did you win against either of those? The Ravens and the Bucks.
How did y'all do against the Ravens?
We came closer than y'all.
You were down 28-6.
Hey, but we came back to make it a 3-point game.
Joe, go ahead and keep talking.
What doesn't matter is
hold up.
I like it. It's cool. But you're right though, Janae. Like
Dak did that last year.
The Lions, we should have lost 2 in the playoffs.
Dak beat up on every single bad team by 40, and Dak is still beating up on tomato cans. But David Daniels beats up on bad teams, and he is the GOAT.
I'm sitting on the throne. I'm sitting on the throne.
It's like I understand Redskins are riding high right now, and but all it takes is that I hope he's healthy and there's nothing serious. If he gets hit like in that area, I hope they protect him and do what's right, like they did RG. The other one.
Yeah, look, Joe, you can cuss on here, but you can't say that name. Okay, we don't speak of RG whatever. All right,
that but I because of my college team and how they're doing, it's hard for me to watch football on the weekends because it's like get my hopes up. No, then I expect something on Sunday. It's like so
your whole weekend is jacked up. Your whole weekend.
Yeah, it's like it's like damn. So when bye week comes, it's like okay, at least I don't have to I don't hear no one talking about it. I don't see the memes. It's like okay, we're not the talk of the town. It's like now you can talk about something else. Or I guess now I don't know if it's up there, but supposedly people are talking about how Baker Mayfield put a tobacco pouch in his mouth during the game, and they think it's helped him perform better. I'm like, if tobacco is able to help players perform and come back and possibly win a game, every player will be doing it. So I just like these people what they talk about to get likes or to distract. I'm like, hey, as long as it's not the Cowboys and my other team, which we'll talk about on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Look, yo, Joe.
But yeah, I do have hope. But I'm not delusional. It's just I'm just like, all right.
I hope we can do it, alive, baby. Keep hope.
Oh yeah, it's still there. And people, I get it all the time. From born and raised in the DMV, how are you a Cowboys fan? And it's like easy. My mama was a Cowboys fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I was like, my dad's whole family, minus my sister, Redskins. I'm like, we get along minus that game. It's like we're enemies. Oh, yeah. But after the game, we're family.
Minus that game. That game.
My wife, Cowboys fan. Family, Giants, and Skins.
Okay.
We could talk, but during the game, it's like, no, we don't talk. Then whoever wins, we talk trash, but it's like that sibling rivalry. You gotta have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Cowboys versus Indians. That's how it is. It's never going to end. It's that rivalry that's going to last forever, and it's I love it.
I wouldn't want it any other way. Let's go. But look, hey, my man, Joe, we appreciate you hopping on here, man. You got a green light anytime you want to come here.
Anytime, baby.
All right, man. Thank you. Hey, It don't have to be about football, but whatever. I can come on and talk about anything. I love to communicate because I feel that's how we learn. Because by communicating, we bounce information off each other.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with it, but it gives you a different perspective to how to look at things. It's like, all right, maybe let me look at it from that way.
Bingo.
No, if you take something from it, you do. If not, you're not. But how we can just all sit here, talk, laugh, and poke fun of the teams and everything. I appreciate it for having me. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Absolutely. You already know you family, bro.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Thanks, fam. Thanks, fam.
All right, take care, man.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, buddy.
I like him.
Let's go. I will
always have different opinions on football. He's a Cowboy fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. We got a different opinion on the game, but that's still my brother. I like this. I like the good conversation, and that's why this is called Let's Talk Football. Let's go.
Let him know.